We've got 3 or 4 days to finish cold working for the show. We started doing hot work yesterday just because we ran out of time. School's starting, and we're going to have to be out of the classrooms that we're using for our studio by next Wednesday. On Friday, I've got to go to Philly and look at the venue, look at the space, which I haven't managed to see yet, to see how these things are going to fit and how many more pieces we need to make. Initially, I had planned on making 30 pieces and then editing down maybe 25. And now it looks like we have 10 made, including a couple of pieces from an earlier show which are along the same theme. But it's not real, it doesn't look real good. You can either do the safe stuff and just do stuff that you know is going to work and that you've done in the past, or you can take some chances and maybe fall on your face, but get the opportunity to experience some growth inside of the work. The body part, or the butts as my assistants call them, on the tripod pieces are, they use the same amount of color as you do with a leg, oddly enough. They're just blown out more, and that's why they match. So it's a chunk of color, several gathers over that, blow a ball, and then take a taglio or a graphite paddle and cut a line into it while an assistant blows on the other end, so I'm shaping it. Or I'll take a graphite tube, which is clamped onto the Marder, and I'll make a big bubble, get it very hot, and then hold it, run it back and forth, holding it over that graphite tube to make the round part, the incised part that gets cut out, or it looks like it's cut out, but it's actually just the glass resting over this graphite. We blew the legs for the pieces by picking up a small bit of color on the end of a blowpipe, blowing a bubble into it, shaping it, gathering over it several times, shaping it some more, gathering several gathers of glass over it, shaping that, and then putting the lines into it that make the legs have this kind of cloth effect to it, and then heat it up and hand it up to the assistant on the ladder and drop it down. We have round legs, we have fat legs with lines in them, and then we have what we call sticks, which are the ones that are really, really long and skinny. You can plan, you can plan to get them to work together, but you know, while you're making them, there's so many things that happen. We dropped about 500 pounds worth of glass and 19 colors, and then set them all up in the classroom that we were using, and started pairing them up. The original idea was just try to make everything match, because a project like this, when you're working this fast, you just have to have small ideas. So it was like, all right, we'll make everything match. We'll put the colors that are the same together, and we'll lay them down from, you know, by length, by what size they are. And then when those are done, we cut and polish the ends. That's my first cut mark, and I'm going to go over the diamond saw and chop these up now. Well, what I just did with that is made the bottom of this flat. The saw leaves marks, and now we just ground all those marks away, so it's a nice flat surface. And now what we're going to do is we're going to take all the little chips out of the edges here using a wet belt sander. So we just we use a lot of duct tape. Or in this case, we're using real tree camo tape. You have to be really careful, because if you put too much of this on the piece, it becomes invisible. much of this work will fit in there. We're going to try to make a load trip down on Friday, so anything out of the grouping that's finished by Friday we'll take with us. I don't know. I might absolutely end up hating it and tear them apart and start over the day before the show. Just a little piece. Huh? It's the real tree.
Look, oh, no hands.
It's the real tree Bob Park camo tape dispenser.
Safety belts. Always wear your safety belts.
Oh, foamy. With the knick-knack paddywhack, keep your foam a bone. This old foam went rolling home. Something like that. Okay, that's on there.
Man, we got plenty of room. We can squeeze at least 4 more pieces. It's packed. We're going to Philadelphia now.
I think one of the most interesting things that came out of putting stuff together was that the pieces all started kind of gravitating together after a while. There were 30 pieces to start with. Transporting, we broke about 4. We got all of the others in this room, and some of the pieces, the broken ones too, and we set them all down to see like what was going on for placement interaction. I didn't really have an idea so much. And the weirdest things started happening. Like the pieces started connecting. From like across the room, there was like you could draw a dotted line. Or maybe it was that it was 4 o'clock in the morning. I don't think I'll ever be satisfied with the outcome of a show, but I don't think I've had a show that has made so many connections that are so strong. I mean, there's very little filler, if any filler at all, in this show. Every piece is connected with another piece. The ideas are connected. The original idea of body language, I think, comes through very clearly with everything. And then we learned these other things about personalities that the pieces take on. Very subtle differences can totally change the personality of a piece. And I think that that's what the show was all about for me. That was the learning experience. Putting these pieces in a room together and having them all of a sudden just interact with each other like they're living things. Having this personality, having people say, I knew that those people were talking, or I knew that was a mother scalding a child, or I knew those were lovers cuddling. That's incredible. They're not, they're not. They're pieces of glass. They're inanimate objects. And yet they have this personality that everyone responds to. And that's a winner right there.